Hey, how are ya? Good to see ya.
Is that your Tommy boy?
It is kind of Tommy boy.
Ooh.
Yo, 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 what up crew? It's Kid Lips in downtown LA at the Applique Workshop. And today we're gonna talk to you about screen printing. As you may know, screen printing is ideal for jobs where you only have artwork with maybe 5 or 6 colors, pretty simple, and you're running 20, 25 pieces or more. That's when it gets affordable because you gotta set up the job and run it. And there's a lot of intricacies to screen printing, but one thing that's rarely talked about when you send a job to print is the type of ink that's being used and some of the details that go on behind the scenes. So today we're gonna dive into that. We're gonna talk about what inks are available and uncover all the secrets and the mysteries around screen printing. Wanna give a shout out to the homie SIVE, amazing graffiti artist based back in Philly where we used to be, producing some really cool videos on YouTube. He created this amazing art that we actually printed on tees. So we're gonna be showing that. He does stickers and all sorts of throw ups and different type of stuff. So check out his channel. Also wanna give a shout out to our friends at Bella Canvas. They've consistently supported us with amazing blanks, super soft, super high quality. We're working with their 100% cotton 3001 and their what they call the CVC. We call it the blend, 50-50 cotton poly blend. Basically, that's what it is. And we're gonna show how printing lays out on these 2 different types of shirts with the same art across all of them. You may have seen some of our old DTG comparison videos. We did a video just like this with DTG, direct to garment printing, with art from one of our artist homies, Grim, and laying out how that looks on a bunch of different shirt types. So same thing happening here on black tees from Bella Canvas. All right, so we're gonna talk about 3 types of ink. First is traditional Plastisol. Most printers, when they're screen printing for you, are gonna be using Plastisol ink. Plastic, it's generally a plastic that goes on top of the garment, right? So whenever you feel ink that's a little bit lifted off the shirt or after a ton of washes, maybe it starts to crack, generally that's gonna be Plastisol ink. And that's the go-to, it's vibrant, it's bright, it's standard screen printing ink. Printed Plastisol on 50-50 and on the 100% cotton. And what you'll notice is with the 100% cotton, it's the most vibrant, it's super bright, it pops, it looks clean. On the 50-50, there's a little bit it's a little bit darker, it just comes out a tiny bit less vibrant, and a lot of that is because it's a blend of fabrics, right? So when you're dealing with cotton and poly, just those 2 fabrics interacting with the ink aren't gonna be as crisp as 100%. There's also 2 other kinds of Plastisol that we printed, which is, one is puff white ink, and the other is softhand white. And on the puff, basically an additive is brought into the ink so that it actually puffs, right? So it has a little bit more of a 3D or like a thickness. They call it an arch over the shirt. The soft hand is really about having it feel like less texture, and that's really dilution. So when you get soft hand, it's a little bit diluted. It's usually not gonna be as vibrant as a standard print or a puff, but it's also less heavy. It doesn't kind of weigh down the shirt as much, and it's intentional to get that soft hand so that feels more like it's embedded into the garment. That leads us to the other 2 types of inks which actually are embedded into the garment. One is called Discharge. Discharge is pretty crazy because basically what it's doing is like bleaching the shirt. It's pulling all of the ink out. The dye actually that's part of, let's say, the black shirt in this case, is being pulled out, and what's remaining is a print that goes with the natural fibers of the shirt. And so you actually can see that this print is a little bit more tan, it's a little more beige, and that's because natural t-shirts aren't white, they're beige. They have this kind of natural color to them. And so that's what's coming through here, and in a discharge print that's often gonna be the case. Discharge is sometimes easier than others. Some shirts are easier to pull the ink out, the dye out than others are, and it's kind of an interesting process that is probably the least common, but requires a certain level of specificity and test and trial and error, because every garment's going to react differently to the discharge. The third type is water-based. Water-based is great if you're going for something environmentally friendly because it's water-based. You're not dealing with plastics or crazy chemicals with discharge. And it's generally going to be a print that embeds into the fibers. So Much like Discharge, it actually is part of the fiber of the shirt. It doesn't have that heaviness or that thickness that Plastisol does, but it's also softer, right? It doesn't have that vibrancy, so it's gonna come out a little bit darker. You can see here, they're a little bit grayer, not as bright, popping white. 100% cotton will result in a brighter print with water-based than a blend. There it is. Hope this has been helpful. Screen printing is a great process for getting product consistent and getting really good quality artwork, but it's important for you to know all the different types of options there might be to get different effects. So, like we said, hope this is useful for you. We want you to be confident and come back and knowing with your printer what's best for what you're working on. Please post comments below, ask your questions, let us know what you're working on. Please subscribe, share these videos with your community, let them know. Thank you for being here. See you at the next one. Adios.